Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again, and before I get into it, yeah, you're probably asking to yourself, Matthew, where is your Silence of the Lambs poster? And where is your camera? Well, it's simple. They're at my new place. I've been organizing some of my stuff on what I want to take to my new place, and some of them are at my new place. I'm moving in slowly, so it's going to be a while before I do a full tour of my new place. So be patient. I will have that out very soon, though I will film videos in the house before doing that. So yeah, I'm really excited. I just got the keys, so I'm really looking forward to how I'm going to make my entire place to be. So yeah, even though I'm only renting like half of the place or a quarter, just it doesn't matter. It's my new place. But anyways, welcome back to another game review. This time is going to be on Wanted Dead. Now, Wanted Dead is a hack and slash third-person shooter from the creators of Ninja Gaiden, one of the most acclaimed action hack and slash games ever. Despite its difficulty, it was a lot of fun and one of the best jumps to 3D ever for gaming. So there was quite a bit of potential for this, even though it wasn't advertised as much as something like God of War or any like big PS5 title or anything like that. But in this game, we follow Jane Hannah or something like that, a female protagonist, and from there, you and your squad have to uncover a conspiracy that is happening throughout this Japanese cyberpunk-like world, and you fight your way through enemies by hacking and slashing them and shooting them down. And it sounds like it would be a lot of fun. And the concept alone seems like it would be the next Ninja Gaiden because it's from the creators. So hopefully this game will be incredible, right? It's going to be the best hack and slash then. So it's going to be the greatest of all time. Like one of the best that game has to offer. Bayonetta, God of War, Devil May Cry. No, this is the new like must-play hack and slash game. It's amazing, is what I wish I would say. But unfortunately, that's the exact opposite. In fact, I really didn't enjoy this game. I was just struggling a lot, and I was kind of bored after like the first 10 or 20 minutes. Now, I knew that I would forget some things, so just in case, I had to make a list of what I liked and didn't like about this game. So I'll start off with what I liked, okay? Combat is fun, but it gets old really fast. But the combat does feel like good-ish combat, but it doesn't change. Like, the combat just never changes at all. There's some really cool death animations when you kill enemies. The graphics are good. They're not great, but in terms of next gen, it's acceptable. It runs at 60 FPS, though some frame rate does dip quite a bit. The lowest difficulty is normal, unless you die so many times that you just want to give up and want to use easy mode. They give you cat ears, and that doesn't bother me. I like cats. You can customize your gun. Doesn't really do a whole lot, except boost up your damage and accuracy, and you can unlock them via in-game. And you can use a chainsaw as a melee weapon. You don't get it often, but hey, it's fun to slice down enemies, and in fact, it was so brutal that they had to censor it for some reason, which is something that none of the Doom games ever did, or Mortal Kombat. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I really have to say in terms of positivity. Now, negativity, oh boy, that's a whole different level. First off, the characters. They are underdeveloped. They feel lackluster, they feel generic, and they don't have enough screen time for me to like fully invest in them. And most importantly, you can't play as either one of them except for the main girl of the game. And there's no co-op, there's no online play or anything like that. And it doesn't help that even though they help you throughout your adventure, their AI is very poor. And that's another thing too. This is some of the worst AI I've ever experienced in a hack and slash shooter. Like, really, the difficulty is just all over the place. It doesn't know whether it wants to be too hard or too easy, because, yes, I play the game on easy, but that's just because I wanted to breeze through the game, because I rented it from GameFly. I didn't have to pay full price, so yeah, I'm just happy that I can just rent it. I would still have to pay money, just not full price. And what makes matters worse is the voice acting. Oh my god, it is atrocious. Some of the worst voice acting I have ever heard in a modern game. Like, Ride to Hell was bad, but wow. A 2023 game with terrible voice acting and dialogue. Wow. Alright, the story itself. It's generic and very forgettable. And what makes matters worse is that, well, yeah, a lot of the game is just cutscenes. They last way too long. But really, the cutscenes just felt, with none of the characters being interesting at all, even though they have some unique personalities, they really don't do a whole lot. They're just there because, well, because it needs to have characters with cool designs, but yeah, but when you breeze through the game, like on easy mode or any type of difficulty, and if people were playing it on higher difficulty, and if they were really bad at the game, it would take them like 8 or 10 hours to beat. Well, guess how long it took me to beat it? I played it on easy mode, and it took less than 5 hours. And this is a $60 game. And I died a lot, but I was still able to beat it in less than 5 hours, maybe even less than 4. It's lacking in content. Well, yeah, there are mini games, arcade games you can do, and for some reason, there are these random rhythm sections that are thrown in for absolutely no reason at all. They have absolutely no purpose. I am serious. Like, there's like this noodle eating game, which you have to follow the buttons to. Like, I don't understand why that's in the game. And there's a karaoke section, which has no purpose at all. It honestly just feels cringy. In fact, there are times where I feel like the game is trying to be so bad it's good, but just comes off as just flat out bad. Like, just it really didn't understand the personality of just being so bad it's good. Why couldn't they just make it so good it's good? Why couldn't it be because Ninja Gaiden was so good it's good? Difficult, but so good. It was so fun. It had great combat and it really evolved with the bosses and the levels and all that. This game has no evolution. The combat never changes. Your weapons never change. You use the same weapon over and over and over. There's no customization to your sword or anything like that. It just does nothing. You have the same type of enemies, the weak ones, the ones with swords that try to attack you that are pretty strong, and the buff guys that just take forever to try and beat. In fact, the guns really don't do that much to any of the enemies. Like, I feel like the best way you're going to get through this game is by hacking and slashing away, but really, all you have to do is press one button. Well, yes, you get skills, but you can max out your skills so easily because it gives you more than enough points. In fact, once you have like a lot of points left, once you max out your skill tree, there's absolutely no point in getting excited to get more points from killing enemies. So, yeah, and some of the skills are actually skills that shouldn't even be in the skill tree. Like, you should have them automatically. Like, there's no like cool combo moves you can do. There's no like upgrades or anything like that to like, I mean, there is some like brief like reducing to the damage you get and increase to the damage that you will give to enemies. Just, it doesn't feel like it has much of a purpose. Like, none of the skills whatsoever feel like they have a purpose at all. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if anybody actually beat the game without having to use skills at all. Like, it would not be surprising. And like I mentioned before, the AI is just so, like, unbelievably bad. Like, it doesn't matter which difficulty you're on, pretty much. Like, sure, once you start the game up, it does seem fun at first, but it gets insanely repetitive really fast. Because, like I mentioned before, it never actually evolves into anything. It doesn't do anything to, it doesn't like, you don't like get any cool upgrades, there's no store to give you like better loot or anything like that. It has none of that. And it's something that I feel like almost every single modern hack and slash game should have. I mean, Devil May Cry 5 had that. I mean, you could use motorcycles as swords in that game. But hey, on the bright side, at least to calm you down with all the frustrating combat, frustrating in like how annoying it can get. At least there are cats in the game, yeah. And unlike Hi-Fi Rush and Hogwarts Legacy, you cannot pet the cats. I think that's enough for me to rate this game the lowest score I can ever give. Even lower than that. I'm just kidding, but seriously, so much for being the year of being able to pet cats in games. Like, just give me something that makes this game worth my time. Just Oh, and did I also mention that sometimes during cutscenes it randomly changes to an anime style for absolutely no reason whatsoever? Like, this game just has so much pointless stuff that it honestly didn't have me caring. I was all like, in fact, I skipped through most of the cutscenes, which is probably why the time I spent with this game was a lot shorter, but I really didn't care what happened in the cutscenes. I am sure that I didn't miss out on anything big or important or anything like that. And I haven't even talked about the bosses yet. They're your typical, like, just hack and slash until they're dead type of bosses. There's like five in total. Well, four counting one boss, which is the first main boss, and you have to fight that boss again with another version of that boss. And it doesn't change anything at all. So I felt like this game was just very lazy, and it tried so hard to just entertain you with its ridiculousness, but it's not ridiculous enough for me to just laugh at it. Like, I consider Ride to Hell to be the worst game I've ever played in my life, but at least there were glitches that had me laughing so hard, and it didn't even have any good glitches for me to laugh at. Like, the closest thing is the bad AI, pretty much, but now, I know some people have had issues with the game by it crashing a lot, but it never crashed for me, probably because I didn't play this game until later, but it's not really something I would count as a negative since it never happened to me, so there's that as well. Oh, and if you thought Ninja Gaiden's camera was bad, there are times where the camera just moves automatically for absolutely no reason, like just goes all over the place while you're hacking and slashing at enemies, and that can be very scary too, because the checkpoint system is terrible. It's kind of like a Souls-like type of checkpoint system where you go to the next area, you get your stuff back, and you have to wait 20 minutes till you get to the next area. Souls games, when it comes to that, that's actually very fun. It actually gets me excited to get to the next area. That way I can make more progress. But right here, if you die, like, there's this one section that takes like 30 minutes to beat. If you die, like, in any point, you go all the way back to your last checkpoint. And they're in the worst possible spots. Like, I got frustrated so much, and having to go back just, it honestly feels like a punishment sometimes. Like, why couldn't it just have a regular checkpoint system? It's 2023. Like, just leave this type of checkpoint system to From Software, because they know how to do that, because their games are supposed to be difficult. And yeah, I think that basically covers every negative that I have with the game. And that's a shame too, because this game just could have been so much more. It could have been the next Ninja Gaiden. It could have spawned a brand new franchise. But the problem is, it just feels lazy. It's lacking in content. It's lacking in good characters. It's lacking in good storyline. It's lacking in good voice acting. It's lacking in evolution to the gameplay. Like, I don't understand. It's like with the Callisto Protocol. Like, playing that, I have no idea how the developers of Dead Space were behind that. And same here. I don't know how the developers of Ninja Gaiden were behind this, because it really doesn't feel like the next Ninja Gaiden successor. It honestly just feels like a lazy game that just didn't do much to impress at all. Because the gameplay gets old, it never evolves, and if they were just trying to make it so bad it's good, like laughable type of so bad it's good, but it honestly just fails at that in almost every single way, because there isn't anything to laugh at here. It was honestly a struggle, and I played this while I was playing Metroid Prime Remastered, and I am loving that. So yeah, I'm just thankful that I'm done with the game. I don't need to play it anymore, and it's not really the worst thing I've ever played in my life, but it is a major letdown. I don't really recommend it, and even if you are curious, I recommend just going for a price drop, or hopefully it could be on Game Pass, or better yet, just play Hi-Fi Rush. That's a great new action game with rhythm sections that actually have a purpose, and that was longer and half the price, and that game is on Game Pass, so just play that instead. And it had great characters and a great art style, so yeah, and it didn't really need all blood and gore. I mean, like I mentioned, the kill animations were pretty cool, but that's basically it. So yeah, Ninja Gaiden, this was absolutely not, and that sucks. Yeah, I doubt this video is going to get that many views because some of you probably even heard of this game, and I tried my best to be as calm as I possibly could, but it's the type of thing where I'm more mad at playing the game than I am just like I'm not like Angry Joe or anything like that. It's just I'm not really mad at this game. I'm more let down by it because concept actually sounds pretty cool. Like the trailers made it out to seem pretty cool, but it wasn't all that cool. Just uh all right, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully Resident Evil 4 definitely won't disappoint, the remake. I am really looking forward to playing that. I do plan on pre-ordering it soon, so that way I won't have to wait till its actual day to see if I'll get lucky if in stores. Well, whatever, I'm looking forward to that. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.